If I have to start everything all over again back 3 years ago and I had the chance to ask a seasoned or a veteran freelancer one specific question, it would be if I am currently on the right track, if I am doing the right things to become a successful, highly paid freelancer. And when you are in a journey where you are not accustomed to what you are doing, or you're not familiar as to what the things or the ground rules are going to be, especially in freelancing because it's new to our world, you have no idea if you're currently on the right track, if you're doing the right things, if you're avoiding the things that needs to be avoided. So it's going to cost you time, money, and even a lot of other resources just because you're doing trial and error. And let me say that for you because I have committed these 4 biggest mistakes that a freelancer can ever make when he or she is starting out, or even if you already are an experienced freelancer. So I'm going to share that to you today so you can avoid them and you can save time, effort, and resources. Without further ado, let's dive right in. I would say that the worst thing that you could do if you are a beginner freelancer, or even if you are an advanced freelancer with a lot of years under your belt, if you are doing this mistake, you are not going to be in it for the long haul, and that is becoming everything for everyone. So way back when I was starting out, I did the same mistake, and I just became a video editor, graphic designer, and website designer to everyone who needs video, graphics, and websites. So that's how it kind of all started out for me. I just wanted money and I'm very desperate for it, and I wanted to earn more and just sit in my laptop, do the things that I like doing. And I thought that I was doing the right thing, becoming everything for everyone, just putting my services out there to everyone who needs video, website, and graphic design. So in return, yes, I was able to make successful transactions with a couple people, but I did not have a client base. I did not have a loyal client base that are going to come back for me because they want my business again. So I was successfully able to make transactions, make money out from it, you name it. I was able to do that, but they were not coming back because, for one, they did not have clarity as to what was I really doing. They have no idea if I was really a graphic designer, a video editor, or if I'm a website designer. Like, there isn't any clarity as to what service am I really offering and what service am I really good at, because it's just like one client asks for graphic design, another one is a website, and another one is a video, and nobody actually knows what I am a master of. So in result, if they want to recommend me to other people, they cannot really recommend me because they have no idea what is it really that I am a master of. I'm completely confusing everyone who comes across my service. They have no idea if I was a designer, website, video editor. Like, who are you? It's like you are also looking for a missing puppy. If you have been looking for a missing puppy and you do not even know what it looks like, what the color is, how big is it, you will not be able to find the puppy, right? So very much the same thing with building a brand as a freelancer. If you do not have any idea or clarity as to what type of service you really want to offer and who do you want to offer it to, you will not be able to successfully build a brand. So another really great example for this one is my Facebook friend named Christian Bentulan. So I have been friends with Christian for a long time. Not really friends, but we're friends on Facebook. We basically know each other from afar, but we haven't really talked. And I have noticed that he is doing book cover design for fantasy fiction authors, and he's very specific about it. He still kind of accepts services or orders that are not into fantasy fiction, but he is very much well known as a fantasy fiction book cover designer. So imagine that's super specific, right? Graphic design, only book covers, and the book covers only has the fantasy fiction genre. So he's mostly known for the fantasy fiction book cover genres. And so when other authors are recommending him to other people, or when other authors are asking, hey, do you guys have any recommendation as to who might be really good at fantasy fiction book covers? I really need one right now. And everyone everyone will just say Christian, like Christian's really good at that. It was easy for him to get repeating clients and a loyal fan base and create this really huge mass list of people who are raving fans of his work because he's very specific as to what type of service he's going to offer and who is his ideal client avatar. And in return, he was able to get a house, get a car, and marry the love of his life. Right? So it's not about acquiring a lot of skills because you want to earn more money, but it's about becoming very specific at it, becoming really good at even just one skill and becoming well known for it so that you can build a solid freelancing brand. The second mistake you could possibly commit as a freelancer is relying too much on freelancing sites. I don't think people understand the consequences of being too much reliant on these freelancing sites. Let me tell you firsthand that you are doing business through Upwork or through Online Jobs PH, and that means the business is theirs and the business is not yours, okay? So for example, your account will be suspended, you will not have clients, or for example, the freelancing site would declare bankruptcy just entirely like one day, very random. So I have an example here, which this person is earning 6 figures every month through Upwork, and suddenly his account got suspended, and he was sent a letter that says that consider this decision final, and we will not be able to let you sign up on Upwork again. And there isn't any good reason why he was shut down or suspended, or I have no idea what the real story was, but the point here is it's 100K every month, consistent amount of money every single month that's being wiped out in front of you just because you have no control over the things that are happening in that specific freelancing site. Algorithm trigger, bot trigger, things like that, like these are things that we have no control over, and it's very hard to simply rely on that for your way of living. So it's basically your livelihood is going to be stolen from you out of nowhere, out of the blue for some reason, right? And we cannot simply rely on that, because if we really are in the freelancing business for the long haul, you might as well want to shift gears because you want to own your very own client base, right? So your client is your client, it's not Upwork or Online Jobs PH's client, right? So you can definitely tell that it is your client because they are paying you, not that they're also paying Upwork and that you're only leveraging Upwork's platform. Another reason why you shouldn't rely on freelancing sites is because you don't know if your bid is going to be approved, and you cannot even price yourself the way you want to be. So the thing with Upwork is they're very much okay with bidding, and it's a little bit like, it's like the freelancer is on the losing end because you can never talk about how much you are really worth, or you can never talk about how much can you offer to the client's table because you're not in any way closing a deal. You're simply accepting a project that has already a price tag on it. So it's like you were left with no choice but to accept the bid because, again, you are thinking about lack, and then you are thinking you need money. But if you are building a brand outside these freelancing sites, you are going to grow a business that is named after you and that you can definitely control the pricing, right? You don't need to pay for a specific platform because you're either going to get them through your website, or you're either going to also get them from social media platforms that are far more stable than freelancing sites, right? The third mistake that you can possibly have if you are a freelancer is you're only doing freelancing for the sake of money. I mean, I understand that we really are doing business and work because we need more money, but if you're going to use money as a motivation to create a business, then you're not really going to last in the business field for the long haul. So why is that? It's because if something happens with money, you're going to get frustrated, you're going to get depressed, and then most likely you're going to give up. And then you're going to have to find a different career, find a different path, find a different you're going to basically start from scratch, right? So you just wasted the entire time you were dabbling and trying freelancing, and then later on you figured out that it wasn't for you because you've just given up, right? So you have to be in here for the long haul, and you have to have motivations that are intrinsic or motivations that are naturally from within. So what are those things that would make you motivated? So what are those examples of intrinsic motivation or self-motivation that you could have if you really want to build a successful freelance business, right? So one that I really use, and I really make sure that this is like my goal for the day or the goal of my business, is really to help other people. The fulfillment of helping other people versus the fulfillment of getting money is way more valuable and way more pleasing to the emotions, brain, whatever it is. It feels completely different than just simply getting money. When you are helping other people, the pleasure and the fulfillment last for a very long time, but when you are receiving money, it's a very instant gratification that also disappears in a few minutes, right? So you have to have a different type of motivation that is going to let you perk up in bed in the morning, and that would make you excited to wake up the next day, and that would make you feel grateful before you end your day and close your eyes to go to sleep. When building a business, you have to be in it for the long haul. You have to see yourself 4 to 5 years from now, or 6 to 10 years from now in that same business, because you are not a dabbler, right? So you have to have discipline of someone who can really strive hard and be okay with delayed gratification, and be okay with sacrificing Saturdays and Sundays and late nights just to create the business and the life that you completely love. The last mistake that you could do is not having a mentor. I tell you, this is one mistake that I have done when I was starting out, because I have no idea what I was doing. And did it cost me time? Yes. Did it cost me money? Yes. Did it cost me resources? Definitely. So if you really want to save time, money, and resources, get yourself a mentor. That person doesn't have to have an online course or things like that. It just has to be a person that is approachable, that you could connect to when you want to confirm something. And it should be the person that has already achieved the things that you want to achieve in your life. So it doesn't need to be someone who sells courses and things like that. It just needs to be someone who has already achieved the things that you want to achieve in life, and that you can reach out to that person whenever you need to, right? So those are the 4 mistakes that you should avoid when you are starting out, or even if you're already an advanced freelancer with a lot of years under your belt. There's still so much to learn. There's still so much to take in and absorb in this world of ours, where the only constant thing is change. So I'm very happy that I have shared this to you. And if you like this type of content about freelancing or digital marketing in itself, please make sure you subscribe or follow the page so you will be updated with new videos. And go to the link in the description if you want to learn more about how I started my freelancing career, how can you start yours, and apply the same thing so you can now start earning 100K every single month. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!